Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Toronto Bach Festival online panel on diversity in early music. My name is John Aberger. I'm the artistic director of the Toronto Bach Festival, and I'm very pleased to welcome you to this discussion this afternoon. We are very pleased at the Toronto Bach Festival to welcome Natasha Gauthier, our moderator, who will shepherd us through this forum. And Natasha has helped us assemble a very interesting panel from a wide range of backgrounds in the arts. We don't expect to resolve any of these important issues today, but we at the Toronto Bach Festival want to take advantage of this historic moment and the spirit of this time in our lives to take a hard look at what these issues are and hopefully gain some insight into how we might begin to address them. So without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Natasha.
How important is representation? Why is it important? Why is it important for little Black and brown kids to see people who look like them on stage? Not only on stage, but also volunteers who welcome them when they go to the concert, or people that they see, they might see working in the back of the house. Why is that important? Asitha.
My reaction to that question is just to go back to an experience I had last year, and I was a soloist with a choir, premiering a work, and the children's choir that was a part of it, there was a Sri Lankan child in the children's choir, and after the concert, she came up to me with her mother, and her mother said, "It's so wonderful to see someone from our background doing this thing," and looked at her child, and I'm paraphrasing here, but basically she said it just shows us that we can do this as well, and that it's not that it is worth my child being a part of this world and a part of this art form. So that in itself, I mean, there's so many, there's a plethora of reasons, but that for me immediately jumps out as being my response to that question, Natasha. Thanks.
Thanks. Sallynee, anything to add to that?
I think, first of all, that was such a touching story, Asitha. I got kind of a little bit emotional about that. I totally agree. I think that for every child that aspires to be anything, when they grow up, it's important to have role models. And if you can't see yourself in this position, then you don't think that it's for you. And this is something that I experienced also, in terms of my ensemble's work with women composers, and traveling to different parts of the US and going on tour, and having not with us not knowing, not realizing that we're all women, but having people point it out to us, but also having mothers come up to us, say that it's important for them to see their little girls see women as professional musicians on stage. This is a it's so important for children to be able to dream that they can do something, if they can see themselves doing it. So yeah, that's my answer.
Wade, how about you? Is that something you're conscious of, like of the opportunity to be a role model for others?
Very much so. When I was in Boston, I just had the opportunity to work with a young gentleman who literally was just in the back of the church where I was performing and rehearsing. And, I was just talking on my cell phone outside, and he saw me with my case. And, I had on jeans and a hoodie and, Tim's, and he came up to me and was like, "Hey, what's that instrument? Like, will you show me your instrument?" And I took him inside the sanctuary and, really took the time to explain to him what the cello is, how, it sits right here, and what the bow hold is like. And I know that he appreciated that moment, because somebody who looked like him really took him seriously, who's at a certain level, And then in that same weekend, I got a letter via email from a mother of a young lady, Black young lady in Boston, who is a cellist. And the letter basically said that she was going to skip her last basketball game of the season to come and see me play, because when she read that, I was a professional Baroque cellist, she felt that it wasn't so odd of an interest for her as a 15-year-old girl. And so for me, that's specifically the thing that just continues to keep me going.
And basketball is a religion in Boston, so.
Right. Right.